So what you should have so far are 2 sheets of colored paper. They can both be the same color. I'm just using white for my demonstration here, but yours should be 2 sheets of colored paper. You can choose the same color for both sheets or 2 different colors if you want to. And the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to line up your 2 sheets together. So you're going to stack them up and you're going to turn your paper sideways. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to fold our paper in half. And I think you guys call this hamburger style when you fold it in this direction, but you're going to fold your paper in half and crease it. Now what you are going to do, and I don't have my stapler sitting right here, but you are going to put 2 staples on the side here so you make it kind of like a booklet. So you are going to be able to open your booklet here. So you want to go ahead and put 2 staples right along the edge here, one towards the top and one towards the bottom. Now, what we are going to be making today is a regular Polygon scrapbook, as we're going to call it. A lot of times we have a tough time remembering the names of the different polygons, and we want to make sure that we have that vocabulary down. So that's what we're going to be doing for today. Now, this is going to count as your semester project, and remember, your semester project is 10% of your grade. So this project that you are doing right now is really, really important. Now, on your little booklet here, again, you should have 2 staples, and I'll draw it on here since I don't have my stapler here. But you should have 2 staples in your paper there. Now, the front page is just going to be your title page. So on the front page there, what you are going to be doing is writing the title, which we are going to be looking at regular polygons. So you are going to go ahead and title your booklet regular polygons. Now down at the bottom, obviously I need to know whose booklet this is. So I want you to put by whoever and put your name on the front. Now once you have your title page done, you should also have a sheet with all of the polygons drawn on it. So you have a sheet that has 6 polygons on it. You are going to first cut out each one of those polygons that you have there. Now, I've made the border of each polygon rather thick. Please try to cut on the outside of the border of each so that there is still a black border around your figure there, just to make it a little bit more defined depending on the color of your paper. So what you want to do is you want to cut out each one of those 6 polygons. When you have finished cutting out the polygons, what I want to do is show you how you are going to create your scrapbook here. Now, in your scrapbook, you are going to have 6 figures. The reason I chose 6 of our regular polygons is not all of the polygons are always used. We use some of them more often than others, so I chose just the set that we use most frequently. And you are going to be creating on each page a page for your polygons. So on the first page, and I'm going to ask you to do these in order of the number of sides. So you are going to start with the smallest number of sides, and in your list, and I'm going to give you kind of a hint here, the smallest figure that you have is the triangle. So what you are going to do is on the first page of your booklet, which is on the back of your title page, you are going to put the word triangle. Now, your paper's a little bit thicker than mine. I can see my title through here. You shouldn't be able to see your title through there. So on the triangle page, what you are going to do is you are going to glue down your figure in this area right here on each page. So I want your picture glued down in this area here. So once you've cut out your triangle, you're going to glue it down there. Yes, I know that's not a triangle. That's not supposed to be a triangle. I'm just telling you on each page, for each one of your figures, your picture is going to be in that area there. Now, once you have put your figure down, there are a couple of things that I'm going to ask you to identify about the figure. And you may want to copy this list down so that you have it. You can always come back to this video and look at it if you want to. But what I want you to have, I want to know the number of sides this figure has. So you're going to tell me how many sides it has. And you are to label each one of these. So your page should look just like mine is. Number of sides, and I want you to tell me how many sides there are. I want to know the number of vertices. So how many vertices, which are the points on the figure. So how many corners, vertices, points does your figure have? Next up, I want the sum of the interior angles. And you know where to find that formula. We used that formula the other day. I want to know what is the measure of each interior angle. I want to know what is the sum of the exterior angles. And I want to know what is the measure of each exterior angle. And you can write yours smaller than I'm writing mine. I just want you to be able to see it in the video here. And let me slide that over. I know that that wasn't showing for a second there, so let me go ahead and slide that over so you can read that. You can write yours smaller so that it all fits on one line. The neater yours is, the more extra points you get for it. And the last thing, and this is going to be what is going to be probably the most time consuming because you may have to look this information up, but please do not forget about this because this is going to be a big chunk of your grade. The last thing on each page I want, so I want number of sides, number of vertices, sum of the interior, each interior, sum of the exterior, each exterior, and the final thing that I want is a real world example of this figure. So where do we use this type of figure every day? So on this particular page, we're looking at the triangle. So I want you to give me a real world example of where you see triangles on a daily basis. Now, some of the figures may not be a daily basis type thing. Some of them are going to be a little bit more difficult to find. I'm telling you that some of the later figures, the one with the more sides on it, they're going to be a little bit more difficult. You're going to have to do some searching to find a real world example. A real world example of a triangle should be fairly easy. You can probably think of one without even looking one up, but what I want on the end of each page is I want a real world example. So you have 6 of these pages to do throughout the booklet. So you are going to work, the triangle has the least number of sides, and I want you to work in order through the figures. So you are going to continue through your booklet here until you have all 6 figures done in your booklet. And if you want to wait to staple this until you are done, that's fine. If you haven't already, if you have, that's fine. That kind of gives you an idea of where on the page you can and cannot write once you staple it. But you are going to have 6 total pages. Now, let me remind you, this project is worth 10% of your grade. That's an easy 100% if you just do everything that I've asked you to do. Title and name on the front page, and then 6 pages of this information here.